Hey, Marla Mack here, genius coach, money expert, human design specialist. I help you get clear on your genius, get paid for it, and leverage that money to live a life you love. We're talking about genius principles. Genius principle number 8. Number 8. So, genius principle number 8 is your genius is what you are here to master. Now, I alluded to this in, the genius principle, talking about how your genius unlocks your purpose and how your genius is an expression of your soul. But your genius is what you are here to master. Maximizing your potential, right? But let's be honest, maximizing your potential, right? We feel this natural impetus to grow and expand and sort of really tap into deeper levels of ourselves. And so I'll call it maximizing your potential. It's only truly done when developing and mastering your genius. Yeah. That's really what maximizing your potential is truly meant to be. Where am I really kind of going with this? Well, the thing is, we really talk a lot about mastering your potential when it comes to working on your weaknesses, right? If you've ever been in a job and you've had that yearly review, what do they tend to focus on? Yeah, you're doing this okay, that's great. But hey, here's where you can improve. Focus on this stuff where you can improve. That's the one thing that I'm not a fan of with jobs, because most of the time in jobs, maybe, if you're lucky, 20% is in your genius and like 80% isn't, right? Because stuff's got to get done. And somebody's got to do it. So there you go. We'll just put it on your plate because it's like more or less in your wheelhouse. But it's not. It's not personally in your wheelhouse. It might be from, the role you're playing, but, at work, but it's not necessarily in your wheelhouse of your genius. So this is why, in my opinion, talking about my opinion here, working on your weaknesses is a bad idea. You are neglecting your strengths. In fact, a very famous and highly respectable, love this guy. He's a coach. He is the head of strategic coach. His name is Dan Sullivan. And I might be paraphrasing a bit his quote, but he has a really great quote that says, if you spend your time working on your weaknesses, all you end up with is really strong weaknesses. That is not maximizing your potential. Spending a lot of time in your weaknesses is not in your genius. You're going to feel like you're pushing rocks uphill, you're pushing, square pegs in round holes. It's just not the right fit. Now, the caveat to this is that doesn't mean you can just be an a-hole to people and be like, it's not my genius, right? I don't need to work on that. No, you still want to be a very decent human being. So if you might need to refine your communication skills a bit because, you really want to have a nice relationship with your spouse or your loved ones, yes, absolutely work on that a little bit if you don't think it's your forte. Work in the way, though, that feels good to you. That's kind of the important thing. But think about, if you're working right now, how much is really in your genius? And if you're not totally clear in your genius, that's okay. What feels good to you when you're working and what doesn't feel good? Those are really big clues to your genius and what's not your genius. So remember, your genius, which means your natural strengths, gifts, talents, and all the wonderfulness about you, that's what you're here to master. That's your genius path, your success path, on this planet right here, right now, in this body. Now, if you want your first step to learning about your genius, grab your human design chart pronto. If you already have your chart, great. The next step is to jump into my how to read your human design chart that you can find, as well as grabbing your human design chart if you don't have one already. Go to hdchart.com. HD standing for human design. Go to hdchart.com to grab your chart and the access to your free course. Have yourself an awesome day. Cheers.